Whew. All right, I have a really bad headache today, so that's how I'm starting my day. So, really big news. I quit PT for my shoulder, physical therapy. So kind of what's been going on is, I mean, I already talked about this on my blog weeks ago before I started PT, that I knew that was what was going to happen with my shoulder issues, right? So I have calcified tendonitis and I have a low-lying distal acromion. And what that means is my shoulder is just really painful. And I knew when I went to my sports medicine appointment that they were going to say go to PT, and usually that's multiple times a week, and I just knew I did not have the capacity for that. But I was also in a lot of pain, so I ended up going. You know, we got sick during that time with what we think was COVID. I got really sick, and so I didn't go for like 2 weeks, and there was just a lot of kind of back and forth. But when we ended up coming back, I had my endometriosis pain flare that I haven't had since November, since I've been on these meds, and I've had it twice now, 2 months in a row. And my secret suspicion is that doing the physical therapy for my shoulder caused the endo flare. So let me explain. When I'm doing all these activities with my arm, either range of motion activities, this is waxing onto a wall or waxing off, that was one of the range of motion ones, but you also have to do a lot of strengthening exercises with the arm. So, you know, they would take these bands and I'd have to do like rowing exercises with them, or pulling straight back like this. You know, there's just a lot of stuff, and my body like does not have the capacity for anything right now. I'm not able to exercise in any way. Like I've said before, usually I get changed in the morning and I have to rest for a long time. I record this vlog and that's it for me for the entire day. And so going to physical therapy where you are actually working out was so incredibly stressful on my body. Not to mention that really anything that your body does engages your core muscles, and that whole area isn't connected to my endometrial tissue, I believe. It's incredibly painful to like do anything that engages my core, like I've said before, laughing, sneezing, whatever. And so doing all of these exercises engage my core. My belief is that it flared my endometrial tissue and again caused the monthly pain cycles. So kind of long story short, you know, I talked it over with my PT, and another challenge is that it was causing additional pain. Like they were pushing me, I believe, kind of how they would push a normal 26-year-old, and I am not a normal 26-year-old, and so, you know, doing the exercise and stuff was actually causing my shoulder more pain than if I just did, you know, some of the exercises at home without them pushing me at PT. Because that's the idea of PT. You do kind of baseline exercises at home and then they'll push you really hard at PT. And I loved my PT. His name is Mike. He is just so kind and so sweet and was listening. I mean, he really listened. He wore a mask every time I was there. He really listened to me on like, look, my capacity is almost nothing. And so he would say like, you listen to your body. Sorry for all the light changes, by the way, but you listen to your body and like you tell me what changes we need to make when you're done for the day, etc. And that was like so kind and so sweet. Cat hair is just everywhere. The challenge was, as I've talked before, I kind of have been dissociating from my body with the pain and discomfort that I have been in, and it's continued to grow. And so like when I'm at PT, I'm kind of not even tuned in and not really present. And I don't really know when I've pushed it too far for that day. Honestly, doing anything is pushing it too far. So that was a huge challenge for PT. And so, you know, I went for like a month or more than a month, but there was that break time with being sick and whatnot. And finally, I just, you know, I got really sick like a week ago, like that Monday. And I just like couldn't really do anything, and I felt like it was making me sicker and it was making me worse again still. So finally last Wednesday I went in and I talked to him and I was like, look, like my shoulder right now is kind of the least of my worries, which is crazy to say because it is still painful if I do certain, you know, motions, but like I'm in so much pain and discomfort and I feel so sick, and it just kind of makes those symptoms worse. And so I talked to him and I was like, what I would like to do is I would like to wait until after my endometrial surgery and then come back and complete PT at a later date. And he was completely supportive of that. He was like, I totally understand. This is just a very different situation with what's going on with me, my abdominal area and pain and everything. And he basically said, like, your script does expire, so I would have to go back to sports medicine or get a new script from them to come back to PT to kind of finish out PT. But that is my like goal right now, is that I quit it for now, but hopefully I'll be able to come back like in the future. I still have an EMG scheduled, which is like, I don't really know exactly what the test is, but it's like a nerve test, because I've also had like shaking of my hand. It's very subtle, so no one else can really tell. And if I try to video it, this hand is shaking, so both hands are just slightly shaking, and it's really hard to tell. So anyway, I'm still doing that test, but I'm gonna push off even sports medicine because they wanted to see me again to see what progress I had made. And you know, not gonna have made much progress now that I am not going for the next month or so. And I don't know, like I told my PT, I have no idea after surgery how my body will respond to the surgery, what they will find, how intense the surgery will be depending on what they find. My endo doctor did say, I actually met with her for my pre-op appointment last week, and she said a lot of the people who have intense extreme pain, bugs, they actually don't have as much endometrial tissue. It's just like where the tissue is and nerve pain and just like different stuff like that. So I don't really know what they're gonna find when they go in there, but I always know that I'm the zebra, right? Like in medical school, doctors are told when you hear hoofbeats, look for horses, not zebras. And my body has proven again and again to be the zebra and just be really weird. And so, you know, I'm assuming there's gonna be something a little weird in there, or something is, you know, going on in addition. Sorry, I know it's windy too. So anyway, yes, I am also preparing for the endo surgery, and really exciting news with that, I am actually on the wait list for surgery. So, you know, I met with my doctor last week and I told her, like, look, I'm in another pain cycle, and what's really tough is I don't want to take ibuprofen because I felt like the ibuprofen was making my stomach burn and making it hurt worse in other ways. Like I talked last vlog, it's like this chicken and egg problem where like I have stomach pain, but the ibuprofen makes some of it go away, but it also causes additional issues. So it's just like, I'm just trying not to take any ibuprofen. And now that I'm on the wait list, you can't take any ibuprofen 5 to 7 days before surgery. And surgery is every Wednesday. So I am trying to not take any ibuprofen just in case someone cancels and I get in. So fingers crossed that I actually get into surgery like way before my scheduled date. Not way before, it's like less than a month till my scheduled surgery date, but I would really like to get in as soon as possible. And even my doctor was like, we need to get you into the OR as soon as possible because you're just in so much pain. So fingers crossed. She was going to talk to the surgery coordinator. I actually sent the surgery coordinator a message just because like I really would love to get into surgery as soon as possible and hopefully be in a lot less pain. The doctor said like I won't have nausea hopefully afterward, and I won't have back pain, and those are two of my symptoms right after the surgery. So that is the hope, is that it will take care of a lot of kind of my problems and my symptoms. But I'm just so excited to be on the wait list for surgery. That makes me so happy. So something else that my endo doctor actually recommended for pain is castor oil. And so I actually tried it. I tried putting it on, and castor oil like stains, so you have to kind of put something between you and like your t-shirt if you don't want the castor oil to stain your t-shirt or anything else. So we cut up like a t-shirt and put that as like a strip in between my skin and my t-shirt, and I used that for 2 days, and it actually took the edge off the pain, which was wild. Like we have no idea why it does this, but it's been like a really old remedy for people to use that's worked for a bunch of different symptoms. So yeah, tried it for my pain and it actually helped. However, like I react to literally everything. Oh my god, can you hear our geese? They have been making a nest again. The past couple years we've had them making a nest by our pond. So anyway, hopefully you can still hear me. But I tried it for 2 days, and like I was saying, as I react to literally everything, even supplements, I reacted to it with my skin. So I started getting this rash, really like little dots rash, much more itchy, but a different kind of itchy, but just itchy. Like even on my arms I was itchy, so I was just like scratching everything. I mean, it's just, my body is on such high alert right now that it is reacting to everything, I think. So I had to stop it today. So, you know, I'm in a lot of pain. Like at night, it's really hard to find a comfortable position to sleep in. And my endo doctor actually talked about that. She was like, it's really painful when you lie straight out, right? Or lay straight out, whichever it is. And I was like, yeah. And basically then your, you know, muscles are completely flat and extended or whatever. And she was like, but it's also uncomfortable on your side and on your stomach, right? And I was like, yeah. So it is impossible to find a comfortable position. It's just which position is the least uncomfortable, if that makes sense. I don't know if I said that right. The brain fog is out of control today. So those are the updates. Tried castor oil for pain relief, worked, but unfortunately also reacted to my skin. So again, it's the chicken and the egg. Like, it depends which problem is worse, right? Is my skin itchiness really bad? But I can also take Benadryl for that. Or is my pain really bad? So I need the castor oil. So it's like, it's just, everything gives me side effects. So it's deciding like what's best, kind of. So those are the updates. Oh, also very exciting cat update. So Wave, the feral outside mama to our kittens, she actually touched me. So I was petting Wink, and I was like petting his whole body, and I went down to his tail, and she was kind of sitting like right behind him. So I pet down to his tail, and then I just kept going, kind of went like this, and she she wasn't even paying attention really. She was just like, oh, what's that? So she like leaned forward and she touched the tip of her nose to my finger, and it scared her, so she like jumped back and then like kind of freaked out. But it was so cute. She was like so distracted, she didn't even know that it was my finger, and then she was like sniff, and then she scared herself by it was really cute. But I'm so proud of her for being so brave, because I know she's really scared of people and stuff, but she actually like touched me. Yes, I was like moving forward, but I stopped at some point, and then she moved forward and like touched her own nose. It was so cute. So their kitties are doing really well. Wink and Wave are like basically staying here all day and just laying out in the sun on our deck and just being like the cutest little babies. So yeah, really enjoying spending time with my cats. But yeah, that is the update. Hopefully I will have a lot of really exciting updates to come about maybe getting into surgery early. I'm gonna try to have a vlog ready to go because the surgery is on Wednesday, and so yeah, I would need to have a vlog like edited and ready to go before that. So anyway, fingers crossed that we get in soon, and I will continue to update you. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye, friends.